Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video on the Waves of Communication channel. I'm so happy to be here today. We have tons of exciting, positive energy going on right now, and I want to share it with you and all of that. So if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome. My name is Marci Melzer, and I'm an intuitive, a speech language pathologist, and a language facilitation coach and consultant. And on this video, you get to also learn that I'm a hobby astrologer, and I really like to share as much information as I can with the followers on my platform to equip and empower you to get the best results possible. And today, of course, we're talking about my favorite subject, the whole reason that I started doing all this, and it's about having fun. So we're going to be talking today. I'm going to be bringing you some information. We're going to be talking about the astrology and why the astrology is perfect for you to activate fun, even if there isn't much fun going on in your life right now. We've had a couple of years of time that has been challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge. And even if you are still going through some challenges now, obviously the challenge of having a late talking child, there is no reason to stop having fun, even while you're having challenges. And in fact, that's why I have my book on the cover of this week's video, because this is the whole point. I've been saying this phrase: if it isn't fun, it isn't fun. If it isn't fun, it isn't fun, to my kids, my own children that I raised, who are now in their 20s. And it's the foundation for what I coach families with, because what happens so often in the process of the language facilitation journey, that parents suffer at the expense of other people's fun. You are exhausted planning the stuff. You're losing sleep while you're doing the dishes while other people eat. You're cleaning up after other people enjoy the party. You're the one planning. You're the one organizing. You're the one educating. You're the one creating boundaries. You're the one doing all this stuff. Where's the fun in that, right? It's work. It's a lot of work being a language facilitator. There's no sugarcoating in any of this. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you see how this responsibility is a big one. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to show you that, even because parents all over the world are proving it. That's why the book was written. That's why I'm here every week. Parents all over the world are proving that you can have a blast. You can have a better time if you do this in the right way, when you use the right words the right way at the right time, and you set up your life to enjoy the process. Because the thing is, yes, I know it's a lot of work, but fun isn't only laying on the beach and doing nothing. In fact, I don't find that very fun at all. What I find fun is solving problems and coming up with solutions, because I don't like suffering when I struggle, when I don't know what to do, when I don't know. And as long as I'm in the process of solving that problem, and I know and believe that my efforts are getting me toward where I'm going, then I'm going to have fun. I'm enjoying the process of the progress, and my sights are, of course, on the goal. I'm heading towards there, but I know that once I get to that goal, there's just going to be more space for another goal. So why don't I just enjoy the process to get to every goal? And this is what I coach every parent who's following me to do. So what I want to encourage you today is to think about all of your processes in what you do every day and how you're going to have fun. Now, the way I usually approach this video, this mindset video, is with tons of information. And so, yeah, I gave you some reasons why we're talking about this, but let's figure out how you're going to work through it. And if you're not feeling like your situation is very fun right now, how do you get there? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to share with you is the astrology. And then I'm going to share the top 3 videos I have on the channel. And then we're going to dig into the language facilitation inspiration card. So you can participate right now in this video if you want to join me. I know most people watch this one on the replay because it's a random time. So thank you for liking and subscribing. And those of you who have the little bell icon indicated, you always know when this video goes live, and it might be different times. So I get it if you're watching on the replay or live. It doesn't matter. You can still interact with these videos. I get comments all the time. So what I want you to do is let me know in the comments what you're struggling with, where you feel like it's not very fun for you, what feels uneasy, what feels hard, what feels challenging, what feels like you don't want to do it, because it feels like all those things, right? Because when you look forward to things, when you see it as fun, you look forward to it, I guess is what I should have said. And then when you look forward to something, all these challenging, suffering, whatever goes away. It just magically disappears. And that's how the fun happens. So let's first talk about the astrology. We're still in the big energy of this amazing strawberry super full moon in Sagittarius that is lit up by the sun in Gemini, which is perfect for the language facilitation journey. If there's nothing else that this says, it's if it isn't fun, it isn't fun, because Sagittarius is all about fun, doing things that make us feel good and expansive things, and sometimes over the top things. That's why fun, Mardi Gras, I think about when I think about Sagittarius. It's like fun on steroids, right? But what's great about the full moon in Sagittarius is that's really where the energy is sitting. The moon is sitting there in this fun energy, and it's lit up by a Gemini full moon. So every time the moon is in Sagittarius, it's fun time. But when it's a full moon, a super moon, close to Earth, affecting all of us, lit up by Gemini, it allows us to use our minds. And the other thing is Mercury sitting in Gemini, exalted, reveling in this thing, saying, let's have smart fun. Let's everybody have fun. No fun at the expense of someone else. If it isn't fun, it isn't fun. And if it isn't fun, it's time to change it. Swap it up a little bit or a lot of bit, depending on how unfun it is. If you are done with something because it is not fun, like I'm tired of pushing this, I'm tired of faking it, fake it till you make it, is moon in Sagittarius when the sun's in like Pisces or something like that, because we give up our own feelings, and we give up of our own selves for other people to have fun. And all the rest of the year, you might have been doing that depending on your chart and what's going on. This is your chance. Mommies, daddies, grandmas, daycare providers, language facilitator people who have given up your fun for other people. This is your moon, everybody. This is your time to figure out how to make this fun for you. Okay, so now what I've got for you to help you out with this is I've got 3 videos in this week's top 3 videos of the week to give you some guidance in ways that you can adjust what you're doing already, depending on what you're doing already. So I've got 3 different categories of videos here to make it more fun. And the first one is this video right here, where it talks about playing learning games with late talkers. And the title of this video, it's one of the old school ones where I still have my toys. All these toys have been gone and I moved into a new place and all that now, but this video is gold, because what it does is it talks about playing learning games with late talkers who don't like to do it, who don't like to sit, who don't like to do puzzles, who don't like to sit and play with you. They want to do their own thing. They want to keep moving. They want to run around. They're not into learning about learning yet, right? This video will help you if you've got a summer goal of, I want to introduce letters and numbers to my kid because, I know all the other kids know them and mine's going to first grade or whatever, and I want them to know. This is happening with a lot of the people that are in my program. They want to ready their kids for school. They want to get them ready for structured learning because they haven't had any yet. They've either been in the pandemic without it, or they've been home with mommies, or they've been in a random open daycare and now they've got to go sit in a class, things like that, right? A lot of parents are using their summer to remind their kids, you got all these weeks, right? But before the classes start again, that you can work on readying your child, getting them excited about learning. Remember, if it isn't fun, it isn't fun. And the teachers are busy trying to make school fun. You just have to open the mindset. This is a mindset situation where if we don't see something as fun, we have to change up either our mindset or the thing, because maybe the thing can't change, but maybe our mindset can, right? So that first video about I don't like that stuff, that's a mindset choice. I don't like puzzles. I don't like sitting. I don't like group learning, because this is, remember, what the late talker is experiencing. You know they don't like it because they choose to avoid it, resist it, or say no thank you and just leave, choose other things, choose to be isolated. So again, just that one video helps you change the mindset of a late talker, because it shows you how to present things that anyone, you or the late talker, feel are challenging. You got to find a way to make it easy, make it feel happy, make it feel safe, and make it feel fun. Keep it, not dumb it down, but simplify, organize, just keep it this way. Now, here's another way. This is the first way. In fact, if you're new to the channel, and you're just getting started with your language facilitation journey, and you really aren't sure, what to do, and you're not sure what to say, and you're not sure where to get started, this video is for you. It's called 5 Easy Everyday Strategies to Help You Find Functional Speech During Your Morning Routine, because you got to do a morning routine. You might not have the same morning routine. In fact, your morning routine could be very different now if you're not getting up and going to school. Maybe you're getting up and going to a different school or a different daycare or a different situation, or you could be adapting your child permanently to a homeschool situation or permanently to an going to school situation. And you want to do things like, remember how we start this back to school planning, where you get their backpacks and you get their clothes and you show them what that does. That's how you're going to introduce getting ready to go back to school. I wouldn't start it right now, but I would start it with what you're doing every day right now in your function. You still have to brush your teeth every day, even if you're not going outside. You still have to get dressed. You might be wearing different clothes now. Maybe you're wearing summer clothes or camp clothes or dirty, yucky, stuff that you can get dirty because you're out playing more in the summer than you are. Or in the winter, maybe you're in Australia and you're having to shift into your heavier clothing now. And, because already it's starting to get cold and the cold weather's really starting to hit. So now we've got to wear hats and mittens and things like that. Whenever the seasons change, you have new functional, let me show you again, new everyday situations that are changing for you. And so this is it. Use it. It's not always fun to ride through these changes, but you can make them fun as you show them new opportunities. And this video shows you how. And the third video that I have for you today is this one, because even if you are inside or outside, this is 8 easy outdoor language facilitation strategies that you can do with the late talker. You don't need anything. You don't need a ball. I mean, you can just take a ball, there's all kinds of suggestions here that you can use your environment. It doesn't matter if you have a beautiful park nearby or if you don't. Use it. Use the walk. You can literally walk around your house in these strategies and find spoken language and new spoken language, different spoken language, evolved spoken language, where you're facilitating independence with the late talker, because that's what we've been talking about a lot this year. Is your job as a language facilitator is to facilitate independence and evolution in the late talker, right? You don't want to make them more dependent on you doing more prompting, because that just makes their spoken language dependent on your efforts. Once again, not fun for you. If you've got to think about what you want to say plus what they want to say, and then model what they've got to say plus what you've got to say, and all of that in hopes that they're going to imitate you, you'll fail quickly because you'll exhaust yourself. It's not fun trying to plot and plan and expect and test and reward and what does he need and what's going to make him do or make her feel. You're not going to make anybody do anything. That's what makes your life unfun, challenging, because it's impossible to make someone do something. All you're trying to do is be a used car salesman. You're trying to sell this experience to someone who will give up their energy to join in and try and take it away from you, right? You don't want to prompt and pull and entice every communication from this child, because that's a habit you don't want to maintain. It's exhausting. Now, you have to dig in and facilitate. And the way that you do that is, let me show you the number one chart in this book, this workbook that I'm talking about, that I've shown everybody, that it's been on display, that I just did. It's the 11-week journey. These level charts, they talk about the level of the late talkers, expressive language, and the level of their understanding. But the number one thing, and you really need to think about this level chart every single day with the late talker, and not just their connection with you, but your connection with them. Because look at these levels. Level 1 is afraid, discouraged, or sad, right? Sad. If you are feeling these things when you think about connecting with your late talker, I've got to do, or you're overwhelmed, or you're bored, or you're distracted, right? Anywhere below this line, when you in your heart feel like how you feel when you connect with the late talker, if you're below this line, you're suffering. They're suffering because you're suffering. This is all suffering down here. Where the happiness begins, at least comfort, is above this line, in the comfort zone of I get you, you get me. We're getting through the day. We're not frustrated. I'm not so overwhelmed, because yes, you're getting through the day down here. But if you're prompting everything that the late talker is doing every day, all day, that's no fun. That's no fun. And it's not getting you progress. And in your heart of heart, you know that it's just you spinning your wheels and trying to figure out, what else do I have to do to make this outcome happen? When that's not what we're coaching here at all. That's why this is a really important mindset choice that you have. Do you want to suffer through your child meeting or not meeting the expectations you have every day? Is he going to talk today? Is he not going to talk today? Is he going to talk when I prompt this time? Is he going to talk when I prompt this time? Is he going to talk when I prompt this time? If you get a lot of no's, because if you're doing the right language facilitation, your child's going to be quiet for a long time while they're listening and learning from you. They're going to be smiling. They're going to be looking at you. They're going to be staying with you, but you're not going to know in for sure if they're learning from you, because you're not testing them and they're not showing you, but you still feel good and comfortable and happy because you're connected. You're not focused on the outcome. You're focused on the connection. When you focus on the connection, you always have fun. Because if you feel like your connection is here, you're automatically going to want to bump it up. When you acknowledge the fact that you're not connected, you figure out, how do I make this easier for myself? And maybe you lower your expectations. Maybe you throw them out the window and you say, I'm just going to look at this as a learner's mind, just like my kid, and just connect with him and have fun and enjoy him. Because the frustrating thing about when you're stuck down here is that they're not enjoying the process, so they're avoiding you. You're not enjoying the process, so you're avoiding them, and all of your connected interactions feel forced or whatever. Therapists go through this when they are not connected. with the late talker. If they're going from kid after kid after kid after kid every single day, prompting, all I do is prompt speech. I don't have time to connect with kids. I don't have time to get to know them. I don't know what their preferences are. I don't know what their superpowers are. I don't know what they hate. I just do have my same bag of toys, and I do it with 50 kids or 80 kids a week or more, depending on if they're in a public school. They aren't having fun. That's why I left the career of speech therapy in clinics, and I couldn't find a place, a school, a clinic, a hospital, private clinic, anywhere that I had enough time with my clients that I could get up here, unless I was in their home 5 days a week or something like that. You know what I mean? That was back in the day when we did all this intensive stuff, and there weren't so many kids on waiting lists that therapists were stretched too thin. Therapists who are stretched too thin can't get up here. You, though, mommies, daddies, language facilitators, grandmas, anybody who has time, 2 to 3 hours a day is all you need. Remember, every day, 2 to 3 hours every day is all you need, but you need all that time to stay up here. Otherwise, you're disconnected, because 2 to 3 hours a day gives you enough connection time to get to know and learn what levels those other charts are. How much is the understanding? You need this level of connection to understand what even's going on in those other charts. Okay? So I hope you all are getting from the workbook that idea about it. Now, we've talked about the astrology, we've talked about the videos, we've talked about the workbook. Now I'm going to pull out these language facilitation cards, and I see that there's a comment coming in. Oh, it's from Lori. Lori, who has been commenting on all my videos. By the way, thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting on my videos. This is how we hit 4K subscribers, everybody. And it's with this kind of interaction that motivates me to keep making these videos and keep coming out here to help you guys. So I'm still learning to be a good language facilitator, but I'm getting better and better every day, Lori. Every day, better and better. One aspect I have to work on is how I use my voice. I have to remind myself to use a higher volume and slower pace more consistently. Great. You're developing new habits. You know what you need to develop, and you're going for it. And you know you're getting there, and you're better and better every day. What more can you ask for? That sounds like a lot of fun to me. Now, as long as you focus on what you're not doing, then you might develop more of that what you're not doing. But again, as long as you're focused on the positive, I'm going to talk more slowly today, 4 times a day. In the workbook, it gives you the opportunity. Even if you can't decide, once you plan this out, your itinerary every week, on Tuesday, it's going to be, morning snuggles, it's going to be toothbrushing, it's going to be a walk in the park, and it's going to be nighttime snuggle time, because you work full time and your kid goes to daycare, and there aren't very many times that you have all day. Now, if you're home all day, you could add 4 more onto that, but each one of those is your opportunity to talk more slowly, get more descriptive, bring your levels up, because you can't use that kind of language 24/7. Nobody can. Listen, after a full day of doing it with kids, I would have to go get in the car and decompress for a moment out of my language facilitator mindset with kid A, drive to the next family's house, get in the mindset of kid B. After I walked in the door, I showed up. Here I am. I'm Miss Marci, ready to do language facilitation in your house. And they were like, this kid's got a fever, or there's 5 kids over for babysitting, or you never knew. I never knew what I was going to walk into. This is your life as a mommy, as a language facilitator, right? You never know what you're going to walk into. Let's see what the cards say, the language facilitation cards. Remember, these cards, these language facilitation inspiration cards, were made from images and messages that I intuitively have perceived from lay talkers over 30 years. Okay. I would see an image and go, yep, this is what the lay talker's saying. This is what the lay talker's saying. These cards will help you if you practice and follow with them. They'll help you learn to interpret your lay talker's behavior, because these cards all have an image. Let's pull one out. Am I doing this right? They all have an image, and they all have a graphic, and they all have a message on the front. So look at this late talker. He's like, am I doing it right? 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 They want stuff to do. They want to know that they're doing it right, because remember, they might be used to a lot of prompting and testing. And if you're not testing, saying good job, because that's one of the things that can potentially hold kids back. Good job is good job, good job, good job isn't as good. They need to hear good job, scrubbing those tires, and how they're doing it. You're using your muscles. You use the right sponge, the right words, the right way, the right time, the right equipment, the right procedure, the right timing, the right speed. What is right about what the late talker is doing? They want to know what's right, because that's what they'll keep doing, right? And if you're not giving them examples and demonstrations of what you want to see from them, then they're not going to know what right is. So you always have to demonstrate. And in this card says, it's a yellow card on the back. So you'll see my background will fade away. It's yellow, and it says provide reassurance. Late talkers may need a lot of encouragement to try new things on their own, especially if they have been highly structured or prompted in the past. You could be leaving school and going to swim classes. You could be going to summer camps. You could be shifting in the process, and the late talker doesn't understand yet, why is this fun? Because the teacher at school, and any teacher, any facilitator, it's their responsibility to make sure that the late talker understands what the fun is, like what's in it for me. And when you see that it can be either a creative process where they're constructing something and creating and building something, or doing a dance, or learning a song, or doing something that they're going to be able to have something to show at the end, or they're solving a problem, a scavenger hunt or a treasure hunt, or like I said, again, constructing is like which puzzles go together, solving the puzzle. Because in any kind of problem solving and or creation, there's tons of trial and error that naturally happen during these experiences. And so once you are in the middle of a creation and or problem solving, challenge experience, then your trial and errors get work. This is your workouts. Like you would go to the gym and work your muscles. These creation and problem solving experiences work your mental muscles. It's what the full moon in Sagittarius is asking us to do. Find experiences where your mind can be trained to seek the fun, the easy, the happy, the safe, the one that you know is getting you toward that place, and enjoy the process. Not when we get there, we're going to be happy. We are happy now, because look at this kid. He's in the middle of washing the car and he's thrilled. His hands are all full of soap, and he's seeing the dirt go away. He's watching the progress of his success emerge in front of his eyes. What is more fun than that? It's a superpower. Right? So check on their process step by step. Wow. It's going to remind them of how, because visually they see it emerging. Now you can add language to that and show them that exactly how their efforts have created their future and this amazing thing. And then after you're done, you celebrate. Woohoo! We got a clean car. It's so clean. Let's go take a drive around the neighborhood and show it off. And everybody, or take pictures of it, right? You create a sandcastle at the beach. You take a bunch of pictures of it and put them on Instagram. You get an outfit of the day. You take pictures, right? This is what these late talkers want. You don't need to teach, prompt anything. just create stuff together. Just create stuff together, and this is what you'll do it, right? So Elias says, thank you. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Now, don't forget to like this video and subscribe because, we hit 4,000 subscribers. I'm just going to show you my little video again because, look, you guys, it's not without you. Ooh. Technology, whatever, Anyway, I wouldn't have hit 4,000 subscribers without all of you watching. Now, if you want to get these cards, go ahead and look in the description of this video. All the video links for all the videos I talked about are in the description of this video. Access my website at wavesofcommunication.com. There's a free 90-minute course that tells you exactly how to move through the process of developing language facilitation. The workbook's not even referenced in that course. That's just how people are using the videos and the other books that I have available now. All right, let's put one for all the people watching right now. It says, I'm smart. The late talkers want you to remember that they want a challenge. They want to create. They know things that they can't talk to you about yet because they don't have the language. They would be using it if you taught it to them. And in fact, when you do, they will start using it. Parents all over the world are seeing this happen right in front of their eyes. They quit prompting and pulling. They start having fun doing things they love with the late talker. They take their time. They slow down. And I know you're anxious. I know you are. I know you're anxious to see progress yesterday. But remember, so is the late talker. They want to know how to say all the things that are in their mind, and they're waiting for you to step up and talk to them about what you know as the intuitive language facilitator. You know what's on their mind. You know what to teach them to say when you connect with them. That's why that connection time, 2 to 3 hours a day to connect and talk about what you're doing together. Just talk slowly, talk carefully, talk more. Don't give up when you feel like you're not having fun. Take a break, right? It's okay. You need to take care of yourself, and there is no rush, because I promise you, when you slow down and connect with the late talker, the progress happens faster. It seems counterproductive because we are so programmed by the world around us that you got to do. You know what I mean? People talk about, why do I do these videos where I give away so much information? Why don't I hold things back and make people pay for a membership thing? That's fast money for no progress. You guys, I expect you to come back every week and watch these videos. If you get stuck in your mindset and you've got no one in your life, your partner doesn't support you, your mom doesn't support you, you don't even feel connected to your late talker, come back to these videos. That's why I'm here, to remind you that nobody can do it but you. And when you make it easy for yourself and you have fun, you can, and you will. You will. You can do this. I just had the most amazing interview this week with Jenna from Alaska, who is teaching 4 boys, 4 late talkers, how to shift from behavior into spoken language. She's doing it herself. She can't afford to work with me because she's got 4 kids in this economy. And she's using the resources, the workbook, the videos. Hi, Jenna. I know you're watching every week because you'll be back here, and wait till you see her interview. She gets real and shares how she had to change her mindset and get into understanding what she could do now. And she gave it 6 full weeks with her very resistant and highly programmed late talking child. And she got him to needs-based language in 6 months, ladies and gentlemen. So if Jenna can do it, you can do it. And how she did it was she started having fun. She stopped trusting people. She didn't believe what they were saying about her kids. She started believing her heart, her gut, and what she experienced when she was together with her kids. And that's how she learned to do it. And so can you. Okay? So Elias says, my son had an appointment with the doctor to put the ear tube, but they canceled for further information. So, you know, it's don't worry. Don't worry. Sometimes rejection's God's protection, right? When we get information, more information is valuable. More information is valuable. If there are delays, consider them in your favor and take the time that you've been given by this delay to connect with your late talker. Maybe your late talker is hearing more than you think, but you're not modeling as much language as you need to. You got time to test that out right now. Find things that you can find that are fun. Watch the videos that I talked about here. Get in and do this and give it a try. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain as a language facilitator. Okay, that's enough ranting and raving. Keep it fun, everybody. And remember, all of these books are available all over the world right now. I'll see you all on the next video.